In this day and age, the economy has just gone bonkers, you guys. And in this video, I'm sharing with you 51 ways in which I'm trying and working very hard to save on our groceries by like thousands upon thousands. It's been working. I've been doing it for years. In the end, I'll also share with you a few areas in which we save money as a family, and some people might think it's a bit controversial, y'all, so you want to stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna go through this list very fast. 51 is a big number, but we can do it. So the first way in which we save money is through spices. So if you're not new here, I'm sure you know that we love cooking and cooking with spices. So one area in which I was able to save on these spices is by buying them wholesale from Gara. We don't buy them from the supermarket because the price is literally double what is at the supermarket. A few other things that we make here that probably most people don't make is peanut butter, we make marmalade, we make Nutella, we make jam. Of course, we make our own homemade bread because, you know, it's healthier, it's cheaper, it's faster, it's everything. And then we make our own ketchup. We love to make our own pizzas. We don't buy snacks. Also, we like to make our own snacks. I mean, we're making donuts, muffins, cookies, all those things because they are much cheaper when we make them ourselves. Another thing we also like to make at home is granola. Yum. And all these videos, guys, are available on the channel if you're interested. Another thing we're also not buying lately is bananas because thankfully our bananas at the yard are doing very well. We also don't eat out we don't eat out often, honestly. We do it like once every 3 to 4 months. Also buying grains from the supermarket, the beans, the dals, all those, the dengus, we prefer to buy them from a cereal shop because it's so much cheaper. Ketchup, we know how to make our own ketchup. Also processed meats like sausages. I'm having such an issue nowadays with sausages. If you've been around for a while, you know that. So I'm really trying. Those ones I'm not replacing for now. I'm just really trying to avoid buying them. I'll do it maybe once every month or 2 months, and I'm looking to completely phasing them out from our diet. Also, another thing we make at home is yogurt. We save so much money, guys, because we have kids. Yogurt is so good for us. Also Greek yogurt, not just regular yogurt, but also Greek yogurt, which is so much more expensive than regular yogurt. Also eggs from the supermarket. You guys, I don't know who buys eggs from the supermarket, but some people do. But we prefer to buy eggs wholesale. They used to be so much cheaper before we moved because we'd go to Wangige market, which they get them at a very affordable rate there. But since we moved, we have also found like a wholesaler who sells eggs. So we don't buy those from the supermarket. We don't buy them from the kiosk near us. We go to the wholesaler because it's so much cheaper. Another way in which we are saving money also is cooking with a pressure cooker. Let me tell you guys, this is a whole new world for me because it used to cost me so much. Whether I'm using the coca cooker, or whether I'm using charcoal, or whether I'm using gas. Just boiling beans used to be so expensive because of all the gas that takes. But the pressure cooker, oh my goodness, if you don't have one, run. Because let me tell you, you take your extremely dry beans, you soak them for 24 hours, 36 hours, and 48 hours. You guys, those things boil in a pressure cooker in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, as opposed to boiling them dry, which will take you like 2 hours at least, and that uses so much gas, you guys, I cannot even explain. And speaking of charcoal, we don't do that anymore. We use the cocoa cooker that you have seen here. We also either use that or the instant pot, the pressure cooker. That's another way in which we're saving money. Also buying meat like from the local butchery, we don't do that because it is so expensive. So when it comes to beef, we go to KMC. Before we moved, we used to go to the slaughterhouse in Dagoretti. If you are able to get to Dagoretti, you guys, please go because the price of beef, it's just crazy. It's crazy when you're actually buying from the actual cow and you're saying cut from me here because and now if you can't do that, the other next best thing is to go to KMC. I love their beef. Sometimes it's a bit hard, but again, the pressure cooker has helped me to make it much softer, so that's a win. Another thing also is buying fish like from the estate. Like if you like deep fried fish like I do, we used to buy it like from the estate close there, but I either go to Gikomba. Actually, my best place not to go is to Gikomba because I tried the other day to buy from a fish place in our neighborhood, and the fish turned out to be quite something else. But the one from Gikomba is super duper fresh. I have been there before. so good. Another thing also goes without saying is vegetables from the kiosk near me. I know everybody needs to make money, and also everybody needs to save money, so it's just the way it is. For me, I prefer to go to my kitty. If I can't get to my kitty, then I go to the actual market because the price is so much better. And also buying them in bulk and in kgs, in kilograms, as opposed to buying piece by piece, has turned out to be cheaper for me as opposed to buying like 2-3 tomatoes for tonight and then add 2-3 tomatoes, you know, and all that. Which also brings me to making freezer meals. That saves me so much money. I cannot even begin to tell you how much, because again, I also go to the market once a month. I buy everything, I cook everything. I don't have vegetables going bad on me. So that's also a major saving in my life. Also, another thing is bottled water. What we did is we bought a filter, must be about 6 or 8 years ago, and we have really stopped buying bottled water. We bought it at the old Nakumat, and back then it used to have the filters. It was so much easier to get a filter. Nowadays we are fighting to get a filter. So I don't know for how long we're going to continue this savings, but for now the filters that we have been working very well for us. So we've had that for about 6 to 8 years. I'm a bit confused on that. That works very well. So we just take the normal water, then we filter it, better than bottled water any single day. Another thing also is packet milk. If you're not new here, you know that we don't buy packet milk. It is so expensive. We have been buying the ATM milk, which used to work for us very well. Although now I'm really fighting to find a place where I can buy raw milk. If you've watched my video recently, you know that. So raw milk, you'll get like a kilo for 70 to 80 shillings, as opposed to buying half a kilo of packet milk for 60 shillings. I mean, hello, you know. And we're a large family. We like to take a lot of milk. We like to make yogurt. We like to do quite a bit with milk here. So that's also a major saving in our life. Another way in which we're also saving money is milling our own maize flour for making ugali. Not only is it cheaper, but we also get a better quality product that has not been removed all the nutrients. I want to go back to milling my own wheat flour and porridge flour. I've sort of deviated from that for a while, but we are going back. My mom does this for us back in the country, then she brings it to us. She spoils me, I know, but it is so good because we get to have a more superior product. So some of these savings are not just about saving money, but you also get to have something that is better quality as opposed to the one that you would have bought. Like when you're talking about, say, yogurt or Greek yogurt, or making your own granola, it's just, you save money, but then you also get something better than what you would have gotten had you bought from the supermarket. I believe this has been my experience. Now, I know if you're not new here, you knew I would talk about cleaning products, because literally that was the first video I ever made on this channel, and you guys love it so much. I've met so many of you saying how you've learned to make your own liquid detergent, and I just noticed ours was a bit empty. So what I do is I buy ingredients for making liquid detergent, and then we use that instead of buying cleaning products for general cleaning around the house. So this one, I normally buy like quite a bunch of them for making like 6 months worth of detergent, and then I just put some of them in a small container like this, and then I keep refilling over time. So we don't buy like powder soap for cleaning the floor, cleaning the bathrooms, cleaning everything. We use this liquid detergent. The savings, you guys, I cannot begin to describe how much more affordable this is. Like when we started, we used to buy ingredients for making 20 liters for about 265 shillings. Although now they've gone up to 560 something. But that makes 20 liters worth of liquid detergent that we use for at least 3 months. 500 shillings, guys, for 3 months, 4 months plus of this. I don't know how much you're buying your washing powder for, but this is a steal, you guys. Another thing we also make at home is, of course, hand wash. And this one, again, I make like quite a bunch. By the time our family finishes using 10 liters of hand wash, guys, it takes months. Another thing that we also make at home is bleach. You know, when I first started, I used to make the one that you stir and then you leave for 4 days and all that. But now I found out there's another one that you can buy 1 liter of concentrated bleach, and then you dilute with 4 liters of purified water, and then you get 5 liters of bleach. So that one is what I've been using lately. Guys, if you want to know where to get all these ingredients, just check out those original videos that I did like 4 years ago. Nothing has changed. The shop is still there. I do not have their contacts, but the directions are very clear, and a lot of you have gone and bought those ingredients and done very well. Some of you have started businesses selling these things, which I'm so proud of you guys when I hear that. And the guys who live outside, some people ask me for the names of the ingredients. I do not know, you guys. I wish I knew, Those guys get to keep that information like it's state secrets. They've never agreed to tell me what they are. All I know is that I mix them and I get detergent. So for those guys who are not in Kenya, I'm so sorry. I cannot tell you what to go buy to make your own liquid detergents. All I know is that here in Kenya, we have shops where they sell you the ingredients and then you mix them and then you get your cleaning detergents. I used to make shampoo, I used to make conditioner, but I realized I used to make even toilet cleaner, but I realized I don't use them as often, so it doesn't warrant my making them. But if you want to know how to make those, also go to those videos, you'll see how to do that. So right now I only make the ones that I use regularly and most frequent, because that's how it makes sense for me financially. Another thing also that we stopped buying is bag spray, especially for the kitchen, for getting rid of things like ants. There's a time, you guys, beginning of this year, I had so many ants in my kitchen. I did not know what to do. I tried everything, and the only thing that worked for me was diluting a little bit of bleach with water and using it on my counters, and the ants just disappeared. Gets rid of even roaches if you have. So please, please, please try this before you buy the really expensive ones. So that has helped me. Another thing also we're not buying is paper towels, you know, the big roll. We have never bought those because I prefer to use cloths like these ones, like microfiber cloths like this. So yeah, we don't buy like the kitchen rolls. We just prefer to use cloths, which we later boil and wash. And also cloths, it's just rewashable ones. Those ones have worked for us. Although we do buy serviettes for like when you have guests and you're serving, just wipe their faces, everything. But for cleaning in the kitchen, I prefer to use cloths as opposed to a kitchen roll. Another thing we also don't buy is wallflower, the ones that make your house smell nice. You know, the ones that you plug into your socket and then you switch on. I used to be such a fan of those because I really wanted my house to smell amazing, which is absolutely okay. But I found other ways to do that. But one thing I did learn about those wallflowers is that they are quite toxic. And I have kids who, especially one of our sons has a respiratory whatever. So we figured that was not such a good idea. So we stopped buying those. Even the ones I bought, I just don't use them. And I don't want to gift anyone because I'm like, if I don't think it's healthy for me, why should I give it to someone else? So yeah, that one we also stopped buying. Another thing that we stopped buying as far as cleaning is concerned is washing machine powder. But instead now we moved to laundry pods because one, it is so much more economical because I can use one tiny pod. Like, let me show you. I use either Tide pods or I use Ariel. This works so well for me because I can use even just one pod for one whole wash, especially if the clothes are not that dirty. And also they include like fabric softener on the inside. So I stopped making fabric softener. You remember back then I used to make my own fabric softener, but I stopped because these laundry pods also include fabric softener. They are really, really economical for me because even when it comes to washing machine powder, sometimes you put too much, you get residue on your clothes. It doesn't clean as well. So the pods have been working for me brilliantly. I will link them down below in case you are interested. And one thing I'd like to say is one of the reasons why we go through all these steps of saving money is of course because the economy is the way it is right now. So that I'm so grateful that we end up saving quite a bit of money. And also it allows us to be able to channel that money towards other things where we feel like we'd like to splurge a bit on some other things as opposed to other things. So it's just a way that we use to stretch the money that we have to build the kind of life that we want. So yes, there are some things that I am very categorical of. I'd like to spend a little bit more money on this because of ABCD. I have a whole list of them. I don't think I'll manage to say what I splurge on in this video, but if you'd like me to make a video like that, which is directly opposite of what I'm making today, let me know, just so that you can see how we balance saving money on this side and also spending money on other to us more important areas. So yeah, don't come at me saying, yeah, you say you're saving, but yet we see you doing ABCD. It's just what works for us. Okay, guys? Yeah. Now, when it comes to personal care or self-care or I don't know, skincare, there are several ways in which we are saving money. And one, which I've spoken about before, is making our own body butter instead of buying lotion. This works so well for us because it has pure organic raw shea butter. And it is so good not just for us, also for our kids. One of our sons has eczema. This works so well even for those who don't have eczema. I use it on my daughter's hair. It is fantastic. I've shown you how to make this body butter in a video before, but I found it is so much more affordable. And then just 500 grams of that raw shea butter will last us like so long, because like this one we're using now, the batch we're having, we made it in December of 2023 and now we are basically in August of 2024. So this has saved us so much money. highly recommend. The other thing that we also save money on, personally for me, is acne care skin products. I know you've seen those ones that promise you're going to have the most flawless skin and all that, and they promise you like glass, like what, baby skin, I don't know. And especially if you have struggled with hormonal acne like I have for many years, literally I finally gave up on buying all those very expensive acne products and just went to my dermatologist, and she just recommended simple old benzoyl peroxide and adapalene gel, which I buy from a chemist for like a fraction of the price. This is not medical advice, please go see a dermatologist. However, these used over, I'd say, the last 2 years have really healed my skin of acne like so well. There's still some skincare stuff that I splurge on, and I'll do that video if you guys are interested again. However, as far as taking care of my acne, I highly recommend, and to anyone who asks, I just say, please go see a dermatologist. A lot of people are going to tell you to do so much, but at the end of the day, just see a doctor, okay? It will save you so much money in the long run. And this brings me to the next thing, which I no longer spend money on, which is facials. I don't do facials. Like if you have a skincare issue, I don't know if you're like me, or like if you have acne and you go to a salon, they will always try to sell you like a facial because, oh my goodness, I can see you, like you have acne, you have what? We have this thing, we're going to steam and scrub and do what? My friend, I have been down that road enough times, and I can tell you it only made my acne worse. So nowadays I just very politely say no thank you. My doctor has advised me against doing facials, which is true, especially if you have acne. If your face is good and they work for you very well, more power to you, but to me, I just don't spend money on facials. Another thing I also don't spend too much money on is buying all makeup from makeup brands. Like I only get my lipsticks from MAC, or I only get my eyeshadows from Maybelline or whatever. They're very nice, but guys, I have found really nice ones. Like I normally use this nude lipstick, lip gloss, matte lip gloss, and I've been asked by enough people, where did you buy that? Color is so nice. And I normally feel so bad because I think people are expecting me to say I bought it from Maybelline or from wherever, I don't know. I just buy them, guys, from like Super Cosmetics, you know, all those regular cosmetic shops in the streets. Sometimes you just find some really nice finds, like even the eyeshadow that I use for every day for work, guys, I just buy it wherever and it works for me. I'm not saying I don't splurge on some makeup products, but I'm also very open to buying just regular ones, guys. They look good, they work for me. In my life and in my mind, not everything has to be like from a brand. Sometimes they can just be like from the streets of China. And they are fine, you guys. They are just fine, okay? So yeah, that also works for me very well. Now let's talk about like clothing and bedding and all that. One, I rarely nowadays buy new clothes. I'm just keeping it real, guys. I love thrifting so much. This is thrifted. Actually, this one is one of the collections I bought from Think Twice for 25 shillings for those who watched that short. The haul is still coming, you guys. Don't worry, I've not forgotten, okay? So I really love thrifted clothes for myself, for my kids, because I feel it's better on my pocket. It's so good for the environment, you guys. We have so many clothes out here that people wear once and then they throw away. So I am really trying in this way to do my bit for the environment by just buying as much thrifted as I can. And then because our kids are very active, our kids go through clothes, I'm telling you guys, trousers, holes in the knees all the time. And then also they are in that stage in life where they are really outgrowing stuff so fast. So I'm like, you know what, I am just going to embrace my thrifted life. I am loving it completely. So there are a few things also when it comes to clothing that we splurge on, but when it comes to like just regular normal wear, I 100% prefer to thrift those. Again, also with beddings, I don't know if you saw when we were doing like the kids room makeover, also the haul for the stuff we bought for the house, we thrifted quite a number of bed sheets, pillowcases, what do you call them, duvets, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous things for hundreds of shillings, you guys, and the savings were so amazing. I love thrifting. Beddings, carpets, we thrifted quite beautiful carpets for our kids' rooms. I have been thrifting carpets for years. I love it. By the way, I'm going to put some plugs down below. Maybe not for everything because the list might be too long, but for those ones. But I'm definitely going to put like the bedding guy, the carpet guy, all those things, okay? Saving us quite a bit of money. Another thing that I have just said I'm not going to do that is buying clothing for events. You guys, I don't know. I think it's me. But it seems like every other event now has a certain type of dress code that I don't have, that I have to go buy. And these clothes are selling for like 2,300, 4,000, I mean 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 shillings. And I'm like, where? I don't know. I can't. So this is me. I use what I have, and I will not buy new clothes. And worst case scenario, I'll either wear all white or all black and then accessorize with earrings. I mean, I find a way to work around it. And because I'm saying this because I used to be the person who's definitely going to buy new clothes because I have an event coming. And I'm talking about myself, okay? That's one way in which I have just said no more. I'll just use what I have. I know you guys maybe have never done that or don't have that problem, but me, this is me. I'm confessing I used to do that, okay? These are my confessions. And I used to spend quite a bit of money, you guys. And then one day I just looked at it, I'm like, my goodness, for just one afternoon, I'm spending 3,000 shillings, and then another event will come up, another 3,000, 4,000 shillings. It wasn't adding up for me, so I stopped doing that. And it's been working for me. Another thing also that I have stopped buying are fashionable working out clothes. Like they have to be a set, like top matches the bottom and all that. I love working out, but you guys, I have just said, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm just going to use what I have. And it's been working for me, you guys, because please, I'm not bashing anyone who buys these things. I'm just saying that for me, I have stopped because I realized I was spending too much money, and this way I've ended up saving quite a bit. So I'll work out with any old t-shirt or any skin tight that I've had forever. They expand and they shrink with me as the years go by, and I'm good. I'm very good with it. And speaking of working out, another thing that I stopped doing for me, myself, and I've saved myself quite a bit of money, is actually going to the gym. And I know a lot of us love the gym because of even the social aspect, and I love that about it. The only way why it wasn't working for me is because I have a shift job. So I couldn't commit to always being there in the morning at 6 a.m. for the aerobics class, which I love so much, or going there at 5:30 p.m. for the evening one, because sometimes I'm working overnight, so I can't make it. So I realized I was actually paying and then missing most of the classes, which I really love. So now what I do is I just bought weights and I work out at home. I do my aerobics at home. It works so well for me, and it saves me quite a bit of money. Don't forget, I'm going to share the one that I think people find a bit controversial at the end. However, another way in which we save money, and you guys will tell me whether we're on the right track or not here, is when it comes to fuel. Guys, we only fuel at the fueling station that has a deal, okay? Like, we are not loyal to like Total. Like, we can only fuel Total. Like right now, Astral are having like fantastic savings per liter, so that's where we have been fueling. Please just make me understand. Is there like a difference? I don't know. Our car has still been moving well, even as we've been saving money. But I find some people are so loyal, like, I can only fuel at Shell. Please enlighten me. Why? Just help me understand. Because me and my money saving self, I'm forever following the fueling stations that have deals. So that's another way also. Another thing also we don't do here is doing studio photo shoots. We have someone who comes to our house once a year and takes photos just because we want to like keep progress of how the kids are growing and everything. And I know some of these might not be like, in your mind you might think, yeah, we don't even do photo shoots. But let me tell you guys, some of this might apply more to me maybe as a content creator, because guys, the pressure sometimes is so real. Let me know if when you go to social media you feel so pressured, because me, I do. I gotta admit, guys, sometimes I feel so much pressure, but I'm like, let me just stick in my lane. And so we have someone who comes, very professional, does a very good job. It literally brings the studio to us once a year. We take as many photos as we can manage in one day, and it's been working very well for us. Also, another thing is cable TV, like Akina Netflix, Showmax, all those things. We don't do those. We just do YouTube. And then we also have a Zuku. Our internet comes from Zuku, so that whole package also comes with cable TV. We can watch enough channels on there together with getting the internet, so that works very well for us. Birthday parties, guys. We used to do yearly huge birthday parties. I've even done videos on that, and it was so good. But my goodness, first of all, we had stopped. We have never ever done like individual birthday parties for each child. We have 4 children. Well, granted, 2 of them are twins, so that would mean 3 birthday parties per year, including mine and the father's. That would be 5. And they guys, they are expensive. Okay, so initially what we did is we used to do one big birthday party every year. It used to be like we go all out, and it was amazing. Well, we have sat and rethought that whole project, and we're like, now we are going to do big birthday parties for big years. Okay, maybe when someone is turning 10, or even like when someone is turning 16, or big ones that we want to really bigify. The rest, we just do something small, a simple cake, and then we go to see our relatives, and then we just sing, and it's simple, low-key. And I'm telling you, even as the kids grow, like our firstborn is turning 10 in a few weeks' time, and he's like, he doesn't even want a party, guys. He just wants like to hang out with our family and our extended family. And I'm like, dude, okay, thank you. So we'll of course do something like that. Also, another thing that I really want to learn to do is to make decorative birthday cakes and make them myself. I've been ordering. I love the guys I buy from, but I'm just the kind of person who really likes to learn new skills. Nothing wrong with buying birthday cakes. Please, 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 by all means, buy. But this is very personal to me. I think it's just my personality. I love to learn new skills, and one of the skills that I'm looking to pick up within the next few months is actually cake decoration. I already know how to make birthday cakes. I know how to make plenty of cakes. If you're new here, you know that. But I just normally feel like it's not enough for a birthday. Like, I wish it had a little bit more pizzazz and celebration thing on the cake. So I have decided that I am going to learn how to do that just for myself, just so I can say, oh, I know how to decorate birthday cakes, even wedding cakes. Who knows? I'm all for acquiring new skills, even if only just for bragging rights, okay? So that's also another thing that I want to start making. We haven't started, so I'm not counting that as one of my 50 plus things. But yes, birthday parties, we have stopped. Another thing we don't spend money on is fresh flowers. We love fresh flowers. And this is I just put this here because we always have them, but we get them as gifts from one of our dear friends. So we save quite a bit. Because initially when I discovered the beauty of fresh flowers, we did used to buy them. My husband used to buy them from me. But now he's so spoiled because he has someone who gives them to us as a family every week. So we are like, my goodness, this is so nice. Soft life, I love that. Now, the controversial one, I don't know whether it's controversy or the one that people are most curious about or the one that is most misunderstood, is the fact that we don't spend money for school fees because we homeschool. This is for us, I feel like it's one of those things that people misunderstand, because I try to tell people, and I get quite a bit of DMs about this on Instagram, I'd like to homeschool, or I'd like to save money, and I think homeschooling. Yes, we do save money in terms of we don't pay school fees, we don't buy school uniform, we don't pay for all those things that you pay for when you take your kids to school. But also 2 caveats. Number 1, I'd like to tell guys that, 1, just because we homeschool doesn't mean that it's better than taking your child to regular school. I don't ever want to come across as saying that we are better parents because they are homeschooling. It's just the path that we feel led for our particular family, and doesn't mean that homeschool kids are better than other kids. Please. So that's number 1 caveat. Number 2 is I always like to tell people that your motivation to homeschool should never solely be on the saving money factor. Like, I just feel that if you decide to homeschool just to save money, that I feel would be a bit misinformed, because yes, as much as we do save money on all those things, it also costs us quite a bit in other ways. For example, we prefer homeschooling one of the parents to be homeschooling, okay? So my husband, who runs businesses, really gives up a chunk of his time from his businesses to actually do the homeschooling, and this costs us, like it's an opportunity cost. So yeah, we do pay for that. Also, the other thing is when it comes to activities, you take your kids to school, you pay one activity fee, then your child can choose whether they want to do swimming, football, karate, basketball, volleyball, everything, piano, art, and all that, probably catered for in one activity fee. Let me know if I am wrong. But for us, we actually have to pay that. Each individual sport is an individual payment. So it turns out to be more in terms of activities because our kids are in football, they're in karate, they want to do swimming, basketball, art, music, and everything. So it adds up, guys, it adds up. So we do save quite a bit in terms of school fees, quite a bit, because school fees in this country is just, it's something else, okay? But on the other hand, we also do pay other fees that probably other parents don't need to pay if they take their kids to regular school. Now, is this still cheaper? I feel like it still is, but would I advise someone to homeschool just for the sake of saving money? No, I would not. It has to be a lot more thought out than that. So with all these savings, guys, and with the way inflation has just inflated, personally, when we sit with my husband and we try and do exactly how much money we are saving, guys, it's coming to almost like more than 40,000 shillings per month. Literally, because the prices of stuff has really shot up. And thanks for hanging out. Bye.